Hello and welcome back, everybody. It is April month-end close, and I'm thinking about work as well because it is April month-end close at work. I am trying to get this to where it's straight because I have issues with that. Anyways, I am going to do the last week check-in. I've also gone through already and updated all the end of the month savings, credit, debit, debt, all of that type of stuff. I just haven't done most of the week for. I've done the miscellaneous and the sinking funds because I needed to do those, get those for the numbers and everything. Okay, so we are going to start off with the normal weekly, which is the groceries, and I'm carrying over what we had last week over here, and 4, 5, 5. If you hear any noise behind me, I have drapes with grommets in the dryer right now, and they're the ones that are in my bedroom, and they're a little noisy as the metal hits the side of the dryer. And my office is right next to the laundry room, and I don't shut the door for that in there. So, okay, starting off with groceries, we have 2, and we have Amazon for $8.69 and then $29 at Walmart. I'm trying to do some quick math in my head. I don't know if it's going to work. Nope, I need a calculator. That should be really easy to add, but my brain is just not functioning, so yeah. Sorry, getting text messages in the middle of all of this. Okay, $29 plus $8.68 is $37.68. I was questioning myself if it was $37 or $38. That's where I was running into the problem. Okay, $37.68, and we're gonna add that to the negative amount, or yeah, it's added to it because we are a total of $219.11 over on my $400 grocery budget. I am one person. How? I don't understand. Anyways, I did this month do Hungry Root for 3 weeks. Maybe it was even more because I can't remember if I started that. I don't think I did. I don't see it over here as a thing. So each of them were like $150 each, and this week I kind of canceled it because I am a week behind with Easter and everything. I just got behind on eating food because my mom went to the grocery store and she bought things that she would eat and all of that type of stuff. So next is household. We have $25, $38, and $208.90. And the majority of this $208, I bought a table that is for jigsaw puzzles, and I can use it for diamond painting because it angles up, and it's kind of like, it's taller than a coffee table, and you know, so it's stuff for me to work on at night. I've kind of picked up my diamond painting again, so I am over on this as well because I'm going to add it to the 433, 37 that we're over, and we're really over. I have no idea what was going on through my head this month, except for spin. Okay, miscellaneous. I did buy some shoes and socks from Amazon. And then I did buy, I'm working on the back entryway, so I did buy the IKEA furniture and the litter box enclosures, and I need to follow up with the litter box people because they received my order on April 24th, 25th, but nothing has shipped yet. And the previous litter box enclosure that I purchased from them, directly from them, came within a week of me ordering it. So it's now been a week and there's no tracking information or anything like that. So I need to follow up with them on what's going on. So we are really, really bad on this. And I had to pull stuff out of savings. So the litter box enclosures and the IKEA furniture, I pulled from my high yield savings account. I still had leftover bonus money. And so I used some of that to buy the litter box enclosures. So it was over $1,000 for both of that stuff. I mean, also when you count the third litter box enclosure, that was $300. It's, you know, I spent a lot. That's just this month. I spent a lot. That's it. We spent a lot. And I have nothing else for pets. So that is good. So we are negative $236.49 for pets. Okay, going through for the monthly, the total for the month. So for groceries, $261.30, $147.05, $173.08, and $37.68 is $619.11. That gets me $219.11 over. Okay, going into household, $97.33 or 31, $139.06, and $234.28. Okay, miscellaneous, 101.18, nothing, 354.39, and then 1173.08. And then last but not least, the pet supply stuff, $358.21, $243.94. So I do this so that way I have like a total balance at the end, so I know how much I can put in of these that I can put into these boxes over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for these boxes. So for groceries, I'm gonna flip over. Groceries, $619.11. Household, $767.65. Miscellaneous, $162.8. 628.65. And for pet supplies, $636. I believe it was $49. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and finish doing the check-in over here because I do have some dining and things like that. So $34.20 plus restaurants. We already had $59.88. I just spent a lot on food this month, which is slightly annoying for me. I mean, I just, again, spent way too much money, period, this month. Chiropractor, $38. That's already planned over here with $76 for the month. Okay, the next I have personal. and I already had 111 and 13 cents already spent in personal. So 130.62. Okay. And then the only other thing was my emergency fund transfer, which was over here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close out these that are in pencil. So total for fuel and auto for this month was $90.75. And then sinking funds, I did $197.52, I think. Because I did my normal sinking funds, and then I had $109 and pull out my sticky note that I had over here. I have stuff that I was putting towards credit card and having to figure out how much was coming out of savings down here. But I did $109.52 that went to my summer bills sinking fund, and that was taking the electric, what remained from the budgeted amount compared to the actual for the electric, natural gas, and my water bills. So that transferred over as well. Now, as far as extra to debt, we're gonna get this out because I did pay extra to debt because I was paying off some of the stuff. So I'm gonna come down here. I've already calculated the debt, and I need to do a total first of the minimum payment. That, like, these are the actual minimum payments for the credit card and the loan. But I have the self-imposed minimum payments over here, which are included in this paid amount. So I did pay $1547.91 towards credit card 2. That included the litter box enclosure and IKEA purchases. Then $236.60 additional to the business credit card. So total towards debt, including the minimum payments, was $2,000. Again, some of the stuff came out of savings, so not all of it was out of my paycheck, but I did pull stuff out of savings from what was my bonus and stuff like that. Okay, now I'm going to deduct the self-imposed minimum payment and see how much extra I did towards debt. 91. Okay, now as far as transfers go for like additional income and things like that, I am going to look over here and see what all I additional have done. 9, 10, 18. That was a sinking fund transfer from last month, and this month we're doing a lot. Okay, let's see. So I did the $1294.28 from my high yield savings account to pay for the litter box enclosures, and then I also got tickets to 2 concerts this summer, and one was $158 and the other one was $180 on that. So I was able to pull some from my entertainment to cover some of them, like one of the tickets, but then I needed to pull a little bit more out of the high yield savings account to pay for the other ticket. So I'm going to go down here, and everything that we have over here is all additional income that I am moving from the sinking fund account to my checking account to help cover things, the expenditures that happened that came out of my checking account or went to credit cards or things like that. So 64, 94, 164, 30, 44, 85, 54, 11, 545, 11. I had a lot of medical that happened. this month because urgent care, and then I went to my ear, nose, and throat doctor. So urgent care was for a bite or sting. I paid the minimum payment, but for some reason insurance is screwy, and I am having to like pay everything out of pocket until I reach the deductible, which I have never happened before. I think it's absolutely crazy. I don't know why they signed up for this plan, but hey, whatever. Now if you hear a rattle in the background, that is one of the black cats. It's hard to tell. Playing with one of the noisy ping pong balls. So I ended up at the end of the month having to pay $160 extra towards the urgent care that was $90. And then ear, nose, and throat doctor, because I hadn't reached my deductible yet, it was $295.11 for that. So when the copay is $40, which I still don't understand why I'm having to pay everything out of pocket until I reach the deductible. Totally crazy. Like I said, I've never had this happen before. So, and I have to go back in May for allergy testing, and I have no idea how much that's going to be, and if I have to do allergy shots, how much that's going to cost. There's a lot of what ifs going to happen on the medical stuff. Subscriptions. This was just like miscellaneous iPad, Apple Care, and a bunch of other things. Thrive Market, which I need to cancel. 83 for trash, and that is everything. So total, that was just this side. Then I need to add in I believe that was all. I did not add the 910 and 18 cents. Oh, good Lord. That's a lot of additional income that came in from savings accounts only. And I would put the interest down here, but I'd have to go and figure that out, and I forgot to do that this time. So that is a total of $337.95 additional that came in this month. But again, all of it came from savings accounts. So 2638.88 plus 2826.54 plus 3337.95. Total. This is not normal amount for a month for me. $8,803.37. Again, $3,337 of that came from savings to cover a bunch of the stuff. So much. Okay, I'm not going to add up all of that. I know I way overspent. I mean, apparently, since I had to do 8,000. So let's go ahead and do the debt real quick. 167 plus 6340 plus 6225. And minimum payments 29265. Then I had all of these expenses that happened, including interest that came onto the credit cards. And so 1,873.67, and then I paid off additional So our total debt at the end of the month is, it would help if I could, 4,875.75 plus 2311.06 plus 498 even. That is a total of So the good news is that I did go down some from the beginning of the month. So let's see how much all of that, and it only went down $124.75. It's like I paid all of that, but the actual like total $124 was paid off. Okay, going into the savings and the sinking funds over here. So emergency fund, I did my normal $100. There's a 1 cent interest because it's a why bother interest rate with that savings account. Then we have my money market, which got $37, and then the high yield savings account, which got $28.88. I'm not adding anything to those. These two are strictly interest, and this is where I keep thinking that I need to just close my money market, put it over here into high yield, and then currently, the way my brain works with sinking funds, I have to have separate accounts for every single sinking fund. And because if I see if I like transfer all of this up into there, I'll see that amount and think, oh, I have money, I can pay for that. But really and truly, for the fact that I'm getting this much in interest, it's kind of like, I'm almost tempted to move everything up into the high yield savings account and then just have everything broken out down here where, so that way I'm not having to add, because right now I'm adding interest to all of these. So it's the actual amount that I'm transferring over to business is $92. So it got $32 in interest. 250 plus the 47 cents in interest, 125 plus 3 cents in interest, $50 plus 7 cents in interest, and this one got $1.25 or something like that extra or in interest. So it's kind of like I almost want to go ahead and just consolidate all of this into the high yield savings account and then just have it split out on paper like this so that my brain sees the split out and everything. But yeah, that's where I'm kind of like, I don't quite know what I want to do with it at this moment. But let's go ahead and figure out how much in extra that I earned. 888, 190, 133, and 0. So the last two are my 401k and funds, and those have struggled because they are retirement, and the stock market doing its up, down, sideways. I'm actually shocked that I was able to gain some money to my 401k, but I did on the funds, I did lose $1,500 because of the stock market stuff going on. But I am not panicking at this moment because I'm still young. It can recover. I feel bad for my friends, coworkers, and employees that are either have retired or are retiring this year, because the market volatility right now is not, I feel bad for them because it's, yeah. So total that came in on the savings and the retirement. And the 401k, this includes what I contribute, what my employer contributes, the fees, and the change in market value and any of the other things in that. And then we are going to deduct the 194.28 minus 1,584. Oh, that is wrong. Not minus 1294.28 plus 1,584. Okay, and then total am nowhere near being able to retire. Let's just put it that way. Nowhere near being able to retire at all. I'm not even going to calculate any of this stuff down here because it is what it is at this point. But transaction log, I did run out of space, so I have like a little side arrow right down here and have it carrying over down here and all the additional things that happened. This is the transaction log for all of this stuff right here. So just so I have it kind of in writing as well, and in date order and all of that type of stuff. Now let's go ahead, my battery light is flashing at me, so let's quickly go through the business budget. I looked through everything. I should be getting rebate next in May. It says that I'm getting like $14 in May, so yay. And nothing else has gained any money or anything like that so far. I do have an Etsy shop that does sell these stickers, my cat no spend stickers, and get a little bit closer so you can see, maybe it will focus. There we go. I have them in the white, gray, black, and orange, so and then little promo for me. And then I also am selling these colored trackers as well, and I have bundles and all of that type of stuff. They're printable, they are PDF, PNG, silhouette, all of that enabled. So I leave the link down in the description box below, so that way if you are interested in looking at any of that, they're down there for you to check out. And so that's the Etsy store. I'd like to have some income coming in just a little bit to help out with the business expenses at this point. I do have a subscription, monthly subscription of $27, and then the website security. Next month I'm going to be moving this over as a fixed expense, and then the security for my editing website, that is $37.51 for every month. So that is everything for April, and I'm going to try to close this out very quickly because again, battery light is flashing at me. As you can see, we have some stuff that's going to be happening in May. Back here I have wall repairs going on in the office closet. I am working on refreshing the office at the moment. I'm hoping to not have to spend any money because I've already bought the desk and a lot of other things. There might be some few things like paint and primer and some other miscellaneous things that I might buy, but hoping that we can keep it under $500. Fingers crossed. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see how it goes. But that is a work in progress. I am filming it to share with you guys here on this channel as well. April was just a spend month. It was a spend month. I am going to try to control myself a little bit in May. I am working elections in May, so I will be getting paid sometime in May or June, depending on when everything goes through. So I am looking forward to that. I just thought of this, I need to verify that the people that are going to pay me still have me on the record, because I didn't work last year, and so I need them to pay me, make sure that they pay me and everything. But that is it for this month. April will start fresh over in May, and just kind of like say this was a spend month, and we'll try to not spend as much going forward. But I do know that I am working on house refreshes or room refreshes and everything for this year. So anyways, I will see you guys next time in my next video, and make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell so that way you are notified when I do post those videos, and also like this video if you enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful May if you don't see me, or if I don't see you, or you don't see whatever. Anyways, bye everybody.